Well, greetings to you. I was talking to my young producer the other day. We were sort of batting things backwards and forwards, as you do. And he said, "You used to do a lot of Jeremy Vine shows, didn't you?" And I said, "Well, funny enough, when I was in office, yes, I did. In fact, I clocked them up. I counted them once just for a bit of a lark, and I did 32 when I was in office, and another two after I'd left office." And I always found with Jeremy Vine, he always gave you a very fair shake. So you knew that he would get back to you if there was a question or an answer and there was more than one guest. You knew you would get balance. You knew you would get the right amount of minutes with your point of view. There's no question about it. And he's an old Elanian, the alma mater of Nigel Farage, Dulwich College, and therefore he had the benefit of a formal education, and generally all round fair chap. Now, something's gone wrong with poor old Jeremy Vine, hasn't there? He's suddenly gone woke, and he went woke, I don't know, a few years ago, perhaps just round about the beginning of COVID, and you saw the clip where he was desperate to get his jab. One would almost imagine that he was sort of a representative for Big Pharma.
Mask on. I'm almost wanting to run in because it's so exciting, because finally, protection against COVID. Here we go.
Okay, that's all done.
You're joking.
No.
That was nothing.
Well, don't call me the best nurse for no reason.
Skills. Come on. Yes, brilliant, thank you. Honestly, so exciting, and to think, you know, a year ago, whatever went in my arm there wasn't even developed, and we didn't even, you'd think it would take 10 years, and it took them 6 months. 6 months to make it, and 6 months to roll it out. And then 5 seconds to get it into my arm. That's amazing.
The alacrity with which he ran into the hospital to get his jab. Now, I don't know whether his producers are the same, but I know he used to have some producers on his show who were really good, really balanced individuals, and actually quite a lot of fun. But in the last few years, he seems to be bringing onto his show anybody who's ready to have a pop at England. It's the most sort of anti-patriotic show you could get. He's always got weird people on there who hate this country, like Alibaba Brown and people like that, who I appeared with, I think, my last time I was on his show. It's a weird thing. He's obviously sort of gone woke, and it's obviously something to do with male menopause, and we all have them. Believe me, we all have them. I had one. My male menopause, I think, was in the late 1990s, and I got rid of mine by buying myself a brand new Jaguar XK8 convertible. Cleared up my problem straight away. I didn't go woke, and you might have noticed I'm not woke now. So, bad luck. I'm sorry to hear it, sorry to say it, but let's hope he gets back to normal when the woke period's gone and the menopausal period's gone, and we get the old Jeremy Vine back, who used to get over 6 million listeners to his programme. And Jeremy lose the shirts on the TV programme. I don't watch TV, but I caught a clip the other day. Dear, oh dear.
So I had a little bit of the COVID. It was a 3-day wonder. This was the film I made at the height. I mean, I was a bit sort of feeling sorry for myself here, and I was in bed and I had a temperature and a sore throat and all that very, very red line there. But it's in what I mean. I just sent that into the show to say, look, you know, this is how it's going. Happened, yeah. And people got very angry about it. Did you notice that, Lucy?
Why were they angry? Because you'd bothered to tweet about it at all, or because you weren't as ill as they wanted you to be?
Let me show you. I'll show you some of the tweets I got in response, because I think it's interesting to see what's out there. So bear in mind, all I said was, I'm feeling unwell, there's a lot of COVID about, be careful if you're vulnerable, and I was feeling a bit sorry for myself. But I have been vaccinated, so this is Monica. So vaccines doesn't work. Well, they do. They make your immune system so weak you will catch COVID again and again. Each dose of vaccine will make things worse. So this is interesting, isn't it? There's a lot of this. Have you considered the possibility, this is Steve, the reason you're suffering is because you're vaccinated. Everyone I know who's boosted and caught COVID has suffered quite badly. Eric Blair, that's because you took the clot shot. Don't even think about banging on about face nappies. So this is a big anti-vax thing here. Then there's someone called Don't Censor Me, Bro. Your whole studio has contracted COVID. Are they all vaxxed? And yet they're all sick with COVID? I see this frequently. Let's just do a couple more because they all say the same kind of thing. Why not come out and admit the jabs don't work? Matter says it's because of the jabs. That's why you've got COVID. Then it's a sarcasm here. How's this happen? Aren't you fully vaccinated? Doesn't it boost your immune system? Are you going to wake up? Volvic Viking says, I had COVID. After 2 years, I don't wear masks. I'm not vaccinated. The majority of my friends are vax. They've had it twice or more. I keep hearing the same story. OJ says, them jabs help mate I. And again, sarcasm. So your masks and jabs work well for you. Try connecting the dots. Lots of jabbed people getting COVID, while most unjabbed are not. So the idea, I'm just getting my head around this, is that you end up getting COVID because you've had the vaccine.
As most of you know, my work is very heavily independently research-based. And I get my information from all over the world. It would help if you press the subscribe button and the little bell next to it, because the more subscribers I have, the more likely it is that international independent research institutes will share their material with me. It's most helpful, and then of course I'll automatically share it with you. So, surprise, won't cost you anything. Thank you very much.